Well, where have I been? It's a great question. I actually just took a little baby nap. Unintentional, of course. But I'm back with um, support and urging from my girl Turtle. So shout out Turtle. I know you're going to be listening or watching this. Shout out to you. My apologies to everybody, not just Turtle. My apologies to everybody for keeping you waiting this long. Sorry for the interruption. Editing Josh here. Just have to give you this little note. My belly looks very big in this video. It's just the way my shirt is sitting on the way that I'm sitting. My belly is not that big. Please don't fat shame me in the comments, okay? Love you. For this, for anything, especially with the stuff that I promised you the last little update video I made. So this is 101, baby. Look at me. I'm like a fucking rookie again. It's been so long. I don't even need to look again to see how long it's been. I know it's been too long. But I will do my best to catch you guys up to speed as to what's been going on with me. So for one, the real dilemma comes and the real pause on this everything comes with moving. So that's the last time that you guys had a pod was right before I moved. And I knew that it was going to throw a wrench into stuff moving. I didn't think it would throw such a wrench into things. Just it's not that in all honesty, the past almost a month probably, I've definitely had time and I've definitely had the facilities and the capabilities to give you a new episode. It's 1,000% just been on me, just being lazy, honestly. But moving went okay. Moving was all right. Moving is moving. I think anybody that's ever moved knows how moving goes. It's not fun. It's not a fun thing. You have to pack all your shit up, put it in a truck, and then move it somewhere, and then take it out of the truck, and then put it in a different place and set it up completely different. I was living in my parents' basement. Go me, yeah, right. It's a cool thing to do, right? But now I live in a bedroom, and a bedroom is much nicer. It's much more compact. I don't have as much room as I did, so I don't have my whole setup like I used to. But, I mean, you can see the setup as it is now. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's pretty cool. But moving sucks. I think that's where the base of it really comes from, is just moving had me so freaking bummed and worn out. I'm trying not to make noise with this chair, so sorry. Yeah, just that in and of itself just had me wore out, and I just wanted to not be wore out. But in that time, let's see what else has happened. There's been some stuff that's happened, obviously. I think the last episode was like August. Isn't that crazy? We're well over a month since the last. It might have even been July, if I'm being honest. No, I don't think it was July. Regardless, too long ago, and I'm not looking it up. Feel free to tell me how long it's been. I'll find out when I gotta upload this. But maybe let's just start with a new page. Let's just that's what was happening. I'll give you like one more big thing that's happened with me. For the longest time, the company that I work for, I've been a temporary employee, meaning I don't get the full range of pay and benefits and whatnot that a normal person would that works through the company that I was working for would get. So for the past like year and a half, that's what I've been. I'm happy to say that as of a couple weeks ago, I am officially a full-time employee through this company, which is so awesome. You know, I have vacation time, I have personal time, I have full pay that I don't have to. It doesn't get shuffled through another company before I get it. So that's awesome. I haven't. I mean, it's so recent. I haven't got a paycheck from it yet, from the actual company instead of through a temp service. I haven't got that yet. Should get one this week, but it won't be a full range. So that'll be exciting just to get some real bread. I think some will get sprinkled into 401k. All of that is really cool. That really gets me stoked. The other thing is football. Okay, so football sucks. The Steelers suck. Football has not been very nice to me past pretty much since it started. Steelers have been nothing but a disappointment. And you might say, "Oh, they're 2-2. They've won 2 games." Yeah, I'd rather them be 0-4 with how freaking bad they play, man. That really gets under my skin. But what makes football even worse, in my personal opinion, is this lady that a lot of people lose their shit over. A lady that goes by the name of Taylor Swift. Okay, Taylor Swift has ruined football single-handedly. I'm tired of seeing her personally, but it seems like everybody else just loves it. They just love it to death that Taylor Swift fucking watches 1 game a week. So you know what I thought? Let's just get rid of every other team in the NFL, and let's let the Chiefs play every game, every night. Every Monday night Chiefs, Thursday night Chiefs, Sunday afternoon Chiefs, Sunday evening Chiefs, and Sunday night Chiefs. They can just play against each other. That way we can only watch Taylor Swift. And maybe they can have an alternative broadcast that's just Taylor Swift. It's just the camera on Taylor Swift in the press box, in her suite, just, yeah, Travis. And the thing is, I'm not a Travis Kelce hater. I'm not even a Chiefs hater. I'm a Taylor Swift hater, dude. I've never been big on Taylor Swift. I was big on Teardrops on My Guitar. When Drew was breaking her heart, I was all for it. Now, when I have to look at her and hear about her at every halftime, at every pregame, every postgame, during every game, I've had enough, okay? We can let it chill, okay? That's his girlfriend. We don't have to keep blowing it up. All right, let's just move past it, NFL, and other, things that promote the NFL. Let's take a step forward, okay? We can get past it now. It's over. We're on to let's turn the page in that sense, please. Also, I watched this, or I didn't watch, but I listened. That's the word I'm looking for. Listened to this thing on Spotify. It's called Case 63. If anybody else has listened to it, let me know. And if you haven't listened to it, I strongly recommend that you do listen to it. So it's pretty much, I would assume it's probably the equivalent of an audio book. I'm just going to give you a quick little run. Apparently there's a second season I just found out about yesterday. I haven't started listening to it yet. But it's 10 episodes. The episodes range from 7 to 15 minutes long. And it's about this guy who's a time traveler who goes to a psychiatrist or psychologist or something, or therapist maybe. And he's trying to tell this lady, look, I'm from the future. I know it sounds like I'm full of shit, but I'm being truthful. Seriously, I'm from the future, and this is what's going on, and I need your help to save the world, because where I'm from, this one person single-handedly, unintentionally ended the world with another, say, pandemic. I don't want to tip off any words or phrases that gets anything taken down or anything like that, but another pandemic. So he needs this therapist's help. It takes until the last episode of it before she ever even begins to fathom that he might not be full of shit. and then it cuts you off right at the end. You're like, what the fuck? Super good, super good. It's called Case 63. It's on Spotify. You can find it on YouTube too, I'm pretty sure. But it's like made for Spotify. So if you have Spotify to listen to my show, or you just have it to listen to music, I recommend that you just give it a little search. Give it a little search. It's like listening to a little movie. Like I said, it's like an audiobook, but they have voice actors in there. So you kind of play with the, it's like when you would read a book when you're a kid, and you can like imagine what things look like, who the characters, what the characters look like, what they're doing. It's super cool. Super duper cool. It's a little sketchy. I'll tell you right now, I'm feeling a little weird. Another thing I just realized. This is real deal Holyfield. Just reminded me, honestly. There was supposed to be, today, October 3rd, there was supposed to be this worldwide, or nationwide at least, like notification, I guess, put out to like every mobile phone for FEMA and stuff. And a lot of people were worried about it because they thought it was going to be like the government flipping on some nano bugs that they put in you from the vaccine. And it was going to turn you into like a zombie or something. I just remembered right now that was supposed to happen. And I never even got a notification. So maybe they were trying to ease, wait a little bit. I don't know. My uncle yesterday was making it a very big deal that everyone keep their phone off all day today. That way they don't turn you into a zombie. I forgot it was even a thing. So thankfully I'm not a zombie, I guess. It'll hit me probably. It was supposed to be 2:20 p.m. Eastern time. Currently it's 5:07 p.m. Eastern time. Here I am, not a zombie. But with that show I was talking about, that Case 63, that put some weird stuff into, because they say that the pandemic that occurs in this show is like another edition of the pandemic that we had, still kind of going through year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. But they say it's another, edition of it, a growth of it. So that really had me freaked out too, because I'm like, look, I'm not a hypochondriac when it comes to any, like my health, like my chest could, I'm not even gonna say that, I don't want to jinx it, but like, I could be experiencing some symptoms that a lot of people would be like, this is death 1,000%. I have that. I'm like, I'm sure it'll go away. But me, especially when I was a child, I'm sure I've talked about this before, but especially when I was a child, I used to have this devastating, crippling fear of the end of the world. I mean, it would keep me up at night. It would keep me, like I would literally cry. I would be so scared. And we're talking like 2008 to probably 2013, just when stuff would come out about it. You ever like be on like the homepage for Yahoo or something like that, and it's just got bunches of different headlines about random stuff that is nothing. That's what I would be clicking on that, and I'd see that like at the library or something. It'd be like, asteroid to hit Earth in 5 seconds. And I'd be like, oh my fuck, I'm gonna die. And it would have me paralyzed in fear, so terrified. And that was like a common occurrence for me. I can recall very, very vividly believing, full-fledged, completely believing that the world will end in 2012. I think it was December 22nd, 2012, at like 6 p.m. I was all in. I wasn't okay with it, but I believed that's what was going to happen. And I can remember it was the summer of 2011, and I was in a store with one of my friends, and talk about, like, I had to play it cool, dude. I was in the store with one of my friends, and one of those National Enquirer magazines, like one of those just spam magazines that will talk about, like, Brad Pitt's real father is a biological mammoth. And you're like, what? the stuff that is clearly false and makes no sense to the average rational human got me hook, line, and sinker. It said there was supposed to be an asteroid that hit Earth in November of 2011. And I was like, before I even turn 11 years old? It's like, am I going to get to turn 11 before it hits? It's like, why can't it wait another year? Like, I was so devastatingly terrified. And I mean, that day came and I sat there waiting, and I'm like, oh, it's going to happen any minute now. It's going to happen. And nothing ever happened. I was like, oh, whew, that was close. Well, maybe a month's worth of good sleep between then and December of 2012. And December 2012 comes, and that day was like marked on my calendar. It was always like reminded to me. I was like, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's going to be here. And it came and passed. And I was like, oh, man, that was nice. And pretty much after that, I kind of grew to kind of poo-poo those little stories you'd hear. Because you can go on the internet right now and you can find something that will say that the world will end tomorrow. 1,000% you can find that. But when I listened to this Case 43 and I saw it, I'm like, oh, man, this is kind of fathomable. Like, this could be legit. Like, do these people know something we don't? You know, are they in it with the Simpsons guys? Like, I said, hook, line, and sinker. Had me not nearly as terrified as I was as a child, but I'm still thinking, like, this is legitimately possible. I'm still not sold that it's not. I understand it was just a show, just a little ear bite, but man, I got a feeling Pegasus is coming. That's what they called it in the show. Pegasus. But shout out to Weird Dreams, man. Weird Dreams when I was a kid in that time probably kept me alive. Just like the constant jump you awake. Like, oh, the asteroid's not here. Whew. Aliens never been big on me. My mom, though? My mom is deathly terrified of aliens. Why? No clue. For me, aliens seem kind of cool. My mom wants nothing to do with even the thought of an alien. Dislikes them 1,000%. But weird dreams, they'll keep you in check, man. You have a weird dream about something or somebody, and you're like, what the fuck? You wake up and you're like, looking around at shit, feeling your arms and your legs. Like, is that real? I remember I had a dream one time where I broke my ankle. This is how scarily real dreams are. I had a dream I broke my ankle, and it was shortly after I actually had like sprained my ankle, and I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I hate that I broke my ankle. And I like lift my leg out of bed and set it down on the floor, and I'm like, oh shit, that was a dream. Whew, close. That was a close one. And it's also weird that dreams stick with you like that. Like that dream, probably never forget it. Other dreams, I'll forget them tomorrow if I haven't already forgot them. I've had dreams about people, like people I went to school with and stuff, and like the scenarios that you're in with them. You wake up and you're like, for one, why was I thinking about that person? When you think in your conscious mind, like, I couldn't tell you last time I forgot that person even existed. Let alone when the last time I thought about them was. Or scenarios. Like, I had this one dream. This is the earliest dream I can remember. I'm convinced it was the first dream I ever had. It's probably not true. But I was in a grocery store. Everything in the grocery store is made out of cans. Not like cans of pop, but like canned food, like Campbell's soup. Everything was made out of full cans of Campbell's soup. The aisles, the shelves, the cash registers, everything. And then my uncle came into this store made out of cans in a fast-ass car, smashed a bunch of stuff, and then I got in the car, and then we left. And that was it. That was my dream. That is so insane to me. at least at that point, was that to this day, it's still in my brain. Like I can picture this stuff right now. I can picture my uncle hanging out of this car, like leaning out of it, like her. I can remember that, and I can remember seeing in my peripheral of that dream all the cans stacked up as they were grocery store furniture or whatever. So weird. Also, since the last time we talked, I have come to a discovery about society and other humans in this earth, on this earth. I've come to the discovery that there's a difference between guys and men. This is a discovery that I did not plan on making personally, but this discovery came to me like a train. Once it hit me, I was like, "Oh my gosh." Now, for some of you are like, "Oh yeah, guys, men, way different." Look, there are guys that can act like men. There are guys that become men. Men are men, guys are guys. Like I said, some guys they can play the part of a man. But to me, what makes a difference? What at least visually and noticeably, what you can tell is a man is how a man interacts with another man. Okay, a man, for instance, is a guy that is pretty hard-nosed, takes care of their own shit, isn't afraid of confrontation, isn't afraid of speaking up. For instance, a good example of a man would be like a construction worker, like a foreman at a construction site. I would say most foremen at a construction site are men, with your hand full of you got a couple of guys that's like, I don't know. You see a man and you see a guy like walking down the road. Not walking down the road, no, because men, they like I said, they take care of their shit. A man wouldn't be walking down the road unless they absolutely had to. You see a man walking down the roads because his truck blew up and he's too proud to call for help. He's like, fuck it, I'll just walk home. Fuck it. That's a man. Now, I come to the realization that I am not a man. I may have facial hair and bodily hair and physically, biologically, I may have developed into a man, but mentally and socially, I'm not a man. Now, I come to this conclusion a couple weeks ago at work. I had to go to different places at work by myself. Usually, if I would have to go somewhere at work, it would be accompanied by a real man who would do the manly things. This time, I was in full reins of the manliness from my party. Usually, I was just a liaison. I would just be there like, oh yes, manly man stuff, balls, dick, balls, fishing, hunting, trucks. That would usually be me. But this time, I had to play the part, man. And these men come up and like, yeah, what's going on, man? I'm like, yeah, I just need you to like unload the truck, bitch. They're like, what? Sorry, not bitch. But you know what I mean. Man stuff. They're like, yeah, okay. And they're like a shark in bloody waters. Like they can sniff it out. They're like, this guy's a poser. This guy thinks that we think that he's a man. We know he's not a man. He's some little pony boy pretending. I'm just like, you got a cigarette? How do you like this thing? Like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what's going on. I'm not a man. I'm not going to claim to be. Not to you. Maybe if there's somebody that's, a fine mamacita out there that says, I need me a man. I'm like, shit, girl, I'm a man. I'll change brake pads. Just let me watch a YouTube video first. Like, just let me. Look, that's one of the greatest gifts God gave us, was YouTube. He probably saw, he was like, man, there's way too many guys out here that don't even care to be a man. So God said, okay, we'll give you YouTube, and I'll give you some tasks where if you can use YouTube to your advantage, you can become manlier. Look, there's a lot of men out there that are like, you know what? There's too many guys out here. I'm going to make something, turn some guys into men. How to change your oil. I know how to change my oil. That was one of those dad lessons that I paid attention to. I've never had to put it into effect before, but I think I got it down. I think I can do it. Maybe not. I may fuck it up really bad. I don't know. I'm like 89% sure I could get it. But anything else, like car stuff, that's the number one thing. Man, my guy better be able to fix my car. I don't even know what all the lights on the dashboard mean, dude. A random light comes up on my dashboard, I'm like, oh, that's not good. That can't be good. No chance that's good. And it's like, no, it's fine. Just telling you didn't put your seatbelt on. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. But that's just how I feel like that's how it goes. I feel like a lot of people have to realize that. They have to realize that, look, man, I'm not who I want to be. And that's why they make books, and that's why they make YouTube videos. They make things out there for you to learn how to be a man, how to associate with other men, how to socialize with other men. That's rule number one is learn how to socialize with them. If you can socialize with them, then that's pretty much it. You might not know what you're talking about, but if you know how to act like you know what you're talking about, that'll get you pretty far. That will get you pretty damn far. I promise you that. If you can nod your head in a convincing way and you can say yep pretty convincingly, brother, let me tell you what, you're in there. You're in there. You can get by just on that. Just on that is enough. But when the rubber hits the road, you're gonna have to be able to initiate those. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to be able to be like, look, yeah, well, according to the Farmer's Almanac, it's gonna be a really cool summer, and a winter is gonna be not that bad. Excuse me. But it also depends on your like who you hang out with. You know, do you hang out with men, or do you hang out with guys? If you hang out with guys and you're fine with hanging out with guys, then there's really no point in, as long as you're okay with being a guy, then you're chilling. You're absolutely chilling. But if you're like, man, I'm tired of just being a guy, I want to be a man, you're going to have to figure it out, man. You're going to have to figure it out. Figure it out. New trailer for what? What? What is this? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find you guys something else to talk about, because I think for a first back, we're not going to go crazy. I think our first one back might just be this right here, baby. Boys and girls. And Turtle, my girl. Love you. Not like that. You know what I mean, Turtle. Got some stuff coming up. Not anything content related that I'm going to assure anything of. But I am going to Nashville soon. Next month. At least once. Maybe more than once. My birthday's next month. It's going to be pretty sick. Not really. Well, it's my Jordan year, actually. It's going to be so sick. 23, baby boy and girl. Sorry. Babies. That's what I should say. Babies. Yeah, guys, I think we'll call it there, because I think the camera's about to switch over. Sorry. I think the camera's about to switch off, so we'll just call it there. Thank you for being back for 101, Zoe 101. I hope you loved it, and I love you.